Let's do this, fellas. All right, y'all guys know what I still got going on with my throat, but we still gonna make magic happen. It is getting better though. It is getting better. All right, so I had a loyal patron supporter that wanted to know, what do the nines and tens look for? All right, guys, what do the nines and tens, and who else better than me to let y'all know who? Because as y'all guys know, nobody has more nines and tens than AMS. All right, guys, let's get right on into the video. Number one, guys, someone on her level, somebody with her sexual market value. Now, let me explain something to you guys. Sexual market value has nothing to do with what you think it is. Okay? Having a six-pack, making $1 million a year does not mean you have a high sexual market value. It sounds good, right? Make you feel good. I got a high sexual market value. Being 6'6" does not mean you have a high, and good looking does not mean you have a high sexual market value. Playing in the NBA does not mean you have a high sexual market value. What gives you a high sexual market value, guys, is how many women are checking for you. Period. How many women? Now, if these women are checking for you because of your money, or because you look good, or because you have charisma, then I don't care what the reason is why they're checking for you, but it's simply a matter of how many women are checking for you. This is why you can go to a job or go to a school and see somebody who you might see with your eyes as having as what you might think is having a lower sexual market value than this guy over here, who you would think who plays football and is tall and good looking, but you had this guy over here who's 5'9" or 5'10" or 5'11", and when you look at him, you say, well, he's not as good looking as this tall guy over here who plays football, but more women are checking for him. He has a higher sexual market value. If a guy who makes 30 grand a year has more women chasing him than a guy who makes $30 million a year, then the $30 million a guy, he knows how to make money, but that does not mean he has a higher sexual market value than this guy. He has a higher business value, a higher financial value, but he does not have, listen to the word, sexual. At what part of sexual does making more money sex? High sexual market value. Let me repeat that. Sexual market value. Sexual. Sex. Who is getting more women to throw themselves at him? It's called sexual market value, not financial market value. Okay? The woman is going to want the guy that has as many girls pursuing him as she has guys pursuing her. That is your sexual market value. Now, as we know, and guys, you know what? I want to make this video excluding gold diggers. Okay? Gold diggers are the outliers that, you know, I'm going to take the gold diggers out of this. As we know, with gold diggers, they don't give a fuck if you ain't had no pussy in 10 years. They going to go where the money is. I don't even want to make a video about them. We could put them over there to the side. I'm talking about the women who are that are not just fine. A gold digger, guys, would date a 500-pound guy who ain't washed his ass in 5 years if he gonna spend all his money on him. A gold digger will fucking date a 95-year-old man in a fucking coma who ain't been woke in 10 years. I'm not talking about them. Okay? I'm not talking about them. I'm just talking about the everyday woman outside of the gold digger. Gold diggers have a whole different mentality. Whole different mentality. So this woman here, she is going to want the guy that women are checking for. That's your sexual market value. Like I said, guys, if that's through your car, if that's through your sports or whatever, you sing, whatever, but that's your sexual market value. So that's number one, guys. She's going to want that. Now, the best way, as in your sexual market value, is if you can get all the women vying for you. And it's, to be honest with you guys, how this typically works, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. If you want to know, it takes honey to get honey, right? So for all you guys that want to know the number one way to increase your sexual market value, and I'm not talking about the superficial shit, is to have a reputation for dating the hottest women. I'm just being honest with you. If y'all guys think I'm lying right now, if you go to the mall or wherever, to the club, and you can pull a super hot chick for whatever reason, I don't care, however you do it, beg her, whatever, kiss her, I'm joking, don't do all that. But however you do it, you could take her and you start dating her. I bet a girl who been ignoring you for 3, 4, 5 fucking years, all of a sudden you look hot now. Bitch been putting you on the sideline for fucking 5 years. Now you done went and got this supermodel looking bitch, and now all of a sudden she want to throw some pussy your way. I'm just letting you guys know. That's how you get that sexual market value. Is that monkey see, monkey do. If you're a guy and you go out and you get this super hot 9 or 10, I'm just talking about the 10s, and you bring her to your job, say you bring her to your job or your school, and you have lunch with her every day at your school or your job, watch all those other bitches in there all of a sudden won't start giving you some pussy. Watch. Now, if you was to go out and get you a new Rolls Royce, it wouldn't have the same effect as that girl would. I promise you. I took this, guys, I learned this a long time ago. I took this super hot chick I was dating. She was like a 12. And we were just at the mall. I was like, maybe I was 19, some shit like that. And we were just going to the mall to go to the food court. And you would have thought I was Michael Jackson walking in the mall the way these girls were ogling. And I'm like, God, I didn't know how women act when they see a man with a super hot woman. You would have thought I had the number one R&B album in the country out. I mean, they were just carrying on. And I'm just like, God damn, I thought it was me. I'm like, God damn, I've been doing the little push-ups, but God damn. I thought I'd been doing little push-ups at the house. I ain't know I was young. It dawned on me years later. It was the girl. I goddamn thought I had a facelift or something. It was the girl. There ain't no outfit I could have wore. There ain't no piece of jewelry I could have wore that would have got me that same attention as being with that chick. So I'm just letting y'all guys know that's sexual market value. That girl raised my sexual market value. If you think I'm lying, so when y'all guys see a certain guy who has, like, you like, wow, the girls, what has happened is they seen him with an attractive woman or two. And now that woman has made him look better. And that has raised his sexual market value. That is sexual market value. A condo does not give you a high sexual market. It can indirectly give you a high sexual market value by getting that chick. If the condo gets that chick, it indirectly raises your sexual market value, but by itself, it does not. A Rolls Royce does not raise your sexual market value. It can only indirectly raise your sexual market value. All right. I hope I explained that so y'all guys get that. Next, she wants somebody who compliments her. From all the 10s I've dated in my life, guys, and so let me break this down to you guys. I know y'all guys go on my Instagram and y'all see the fashion icon that I am. But I have a confession. Yes, I have a confession. I haven't always been the fashion icon that I am now. I know. Shocking, right? I haven't always been a fashion guru. That's right. What I've had when I've dated super hot women in the past, and I've also had some who they were like 8.5, who thought they were 10s. But they really were like 8.5. They thought they were 10s. You can always tell when a woman thinks she a 10, right? If you ever date a bitch and she put her shades up here on top of her head right here like this here, that bitch thinks she a 10. If you ever see anybody, what I told y'all guys, if you see a dude who wear earrings, another sign of a dude that think he the shit, if that motherfucker put his shades on top of his head, like this right here, like up here on top of his head, like off his eyes and put on his head, if you see a woman do that or a man do that, them motherfuckers think they the shit. I don't care what they look like, they think they the shit. Do you know how arrogant and a piece of shit you have to be to take your shades off your goddamn eyes and put them on your goddamn head? Do you know how arrogant and pompous you have to be? Same thing for a dude that ties a sweater around his goddamn neck. Every time I see a dude with a sweater tied around his goddamn neck, I want to just pull a switch out and just get that shit off your goddamn head. Take that goddamn, I just want to pull a switch off and beat his ass. You don't take that shit off your goddamn neck, I know something. So I had a couple girls who thought they were 10. They had the shades up here. I said, this bitch thinks she bad. Now you got them, you a good solid 8.5. Now let's not get carried away. But I've had girls who, since they wanted me to compliment them, the bitches actually bought me clothes because I went into the fashion. So in my past life, guys, and I know this is shocking, right? Like I liked it to be neat, but I wasn't like heavy into the fashion. When you date these 9s and 10s, particularly these 10s, they want you to make them look good as they making you look good. And so I had girls who actually bought me some clothes. I ain't saying they bought me like a whole bunch of shit, but they went and bought me like 2 or 3 pairs of shirts and jeans. Right hand to God, guys. Went out and bought me some goddamn clothes because they wanted me to dress better. All right, guys. So they gonna want somebody that compliments them. They want when they want somebody that when they step out, they want to be lights, action, camera. That's what they want. And you see that on social media, on Instagram. And some of these women are very average at best. But if you'll see what they do, you could tell that they have influenced the man's fashion sense. Because most men just aren't into fashion like that for whatever reason. And it's something that I just got into. But I used to always be a button-down shirt, like neat, right? But girls want you to be like, the 9s and 10s want you to be like fashion. Next, someone who's used to hot women. Now this is a hard one. This is a hard one. When you date a 9 or a 10, guys, it's hard not to be overly affectionate. It's hard. You just want to rub on that ass all fucking day. It's hard to not want to fuck her every 5 minutes. It's hard at the beginning. Now, obviously, over time, it's going to die down. But any of y'all guys who had a 10, right? It's hard. You want to fuck 8 times a day. 10. The woman wants somebody who's accustomed to dating 9s and 10s. Now I'm accustomed to it now. So I get a 9 or a 10 And bitch, you gonna have to wait on some dick like everybody else. I'm not impressed with that. But when I was 21, 22, hell, 25, right? Man, god damn, I couldn't fuck them bitches enough. When I first used to get with 9s and 10s, guys, when I was young, I swear for God, and I'm not lying, I would bust a nut and dick would still be hard. I could keep going. I was that turned on by them. I could nut and dick still be hard. That don't happen. I'm used to them. I done had so many hot women in my life now that I done had so many hot women now, guys, that I don't even do sexual innuendo with them quick and stuff because I'm not impressed. I done been with so many hot women. But back in the day, I used to come on so strong sexually when I dated the 10s and stuff, man, because I just used to be so fucking turned on by them. They so fucking hot. That don't do nothing for me no more. The 9s and 10s want a guy like that. Who that's like they still feel like they have to work for your validation. That it's so easy. But they could just see the lust in your eyes. Women still want to wonder about you. They still want to wonder if you like them. I mean, that's just the way, guys, I cannot re-hardwire women. I can't. I wish I could. But women want to wonder. Women want to go to work and wonder, will she hear from you again? Will she get a second date? I know it's silly shit. You would think that, bitch, you should want to know that I like you and I should be able to express that. But unfortunately, we're not dealing with rational creatures with women, guys. It don't work that way. So these women, 9s and 10s, operate just like the other women. They like to wonder and, oh, I wonder will he call me for another date? And she want to read your text messages and analyze it with her girlfriends and wonder. She don't want it to be easy. I know it's some silly shit, guys. You know, it's like kind of like, you know how when you're doing a crossword puzzle or something, if it's too easy, you're just like, man, you want it to be challenging. I don't want to do no damn big ass, no crossword where everything I don't even got to look that hard. Oh, there go a word, there go a word, there go a word. I want some shit that's challenging, right? So that's kind of how women are. So 9s and 10s operate that same way, guys. Oh, here's an important one, guys. Next, someone they feel safe with. Unfortunately, guys, the 9s and 10s draw the worst out of men. They do. The 9s and 10s, men can make the 9s and 10s feel very unsafe. Now, here's a caveat. So can the women, because they have jealousy. The 9s and 10s, they get lusted too hard by the men, and the women are jealous haters. They want a man that they can feel safe to protect them from the women and the men. And as you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, because I done had to check guys when I'm with 9s and 10s, I done had to check guys. Guys are going to just flat out, I don't care who you is, they gonna try to disrespect you and you're going to have to check them. I'm telling you, there's no way around it. I don't care how big you are, how tough you are. I promise you, if you date a 9 or a 10, especially the 10s, you just going to have to flat out, say, hey, man, y'all need to calm down over there now. Calm down. I'm telling you, be prepared for it. Not every day, not everywhere, but I'm just telling you now, if you go out enough, you're going to have to check somebody. So you're going to have to be prepared for that. If you, and this goes to my point, if you can't check that or you too scared to check that, now she feels unsafe and now she's going to leave you or pull back. So if a guy is doing some kind of cat calling or whatever, and you can't check that, I'm telling you right now, you're not getting another date. I'm telling you that right now. If you check that, you're going to get your dick sucked that same night. Every time I've checked the, and this ain't just for the 9s and 10s. This is for the 7 and 8s too. Every time I've checked a dude, I've always got the best blowjob that night. Every time. That shit does something to a woman when you check a dude. Now you can ignore it, and that's on you. I'm not going to ignore it. Now, I'm not going to escalate to physical unless somebody escalate physical to me, but I'm going to say something. Now, if you want to go for a net, then I'm going to defend myself. I'm not going to cut. If you catcall my girl and say, damn, she got a fat ass, I'm not finna just come over there and beat your ass because you said that. I'm going to say, hey, my dude, that was very disrespectful what you said right then. I'm going to check you on it. Now, if you want to get all rambunctious or something, then we can take it from there. However you want to do it. But I'm going to say something. I'm not going to be like, well, if he ain't put his hands on me. No. I'm going to say something. My dude, that was very disrespectful what you said. I don't appreciate it. I'm going to say something. So I'm just letting you know, guys, that she's going to, and you're going to get that. You are going, if you guys ever get out with a super hot woman, I am telling you, if you go out enough, I am telling you, you're going to get that. I promise you, you are. I don't care who you are, how tough you look, how many tattoos you got on your goddamn face, how big your arms is. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get it eventually. Next, guys, she still wants somebody who can check her. The hotter the woman, the harder it is to check her. Because it's a fucking dime. They don't grow on trees. So you're not in scarcity with women, you're in scarcity with dimes. She wants somebody to check her because it shows her your true sexual market value. So if you're a guy that don't get dimes and you got a dime and you can't check her, then she knows that you don't have a high sexual market value. You're not accustomed to dimes. Sometimes, see guys, sometimes we have a perceived sexual market value and we have a realized sexual market value. Do y'all guys get the difference on that? So let me give y'all guys what I mean by that. Let's say you looking really good and a woman see you and she say, damn, he hot. So let's hypothetically say a woman sees you in the mall. Well, this is a situation she doesn't know what your sexual market value is. It's easy for a woman you work with or in your neighborhood or in the club or whatever, right, to know your sexual market value because she can see how the other women engage you. But when you meet a woman just out and about living your life, she doesn't know your true sexual market value. So you have a perceived sexual market value. It's not a realized sexual market value. So she says, okay, he looks good. She perceives you as having a high. You acting confident, strong. So you have a perceived. You might be weak as shit. She don't know that, right? The same thing with financial. You have a perceived financial value. In other words, somebody sees you out, you're leasing a Rolls Royce, in debt up to your eyeballs, living in a penthouse that got you goddamn stressed out every month to pay the motherfucker. That's called a perceived financial value. A realized financial value is you really got it like that. You see the difference, guys? So you have a perception of what somebody might think you are, and then you have a realized value of what you are, okay? So if you meet a woman and she perceives you as having a high sexual market value because she see you and she how can he not have a high sexual market value? When you don't check her Now she's finding out what your realized sexual market value is. Because if you really had what she perceived you has, you would be able to check her. Do y'all guys get that? So, when you date a woman and she really can't see how women interact with you, she will use these shit tests to find out what your sexual market value really is. Okay, guys? So you can perceive a woman or present a certain perception, but like they say, reality will set in soon enough. You have a woman who sit around and she wants to cook this, that, and other, but she can't maintain that shit. If she don't really like cooking like that, what's she gonna do? She gonna cook for a month and all of a sudden she don't want to cook no more. Because you know why? Because she don't enjoy cooking like that. She tried to present something that she's not. She wanted to present like she lives in the goddamn kitchen. In reality, the bitch don't even like cooking like that. Okay, guys? So, she's still gonna want a man that passes her shit test. If you can't pass that shit test, if you can't check her, then she's gonna know you're a fucking fraud. Okay, guys? All right, next. Someone who can walk away. So, I'm gonna tell y'all guys this right here. I've told y'all guys this before. There hasn't been one woman that I've dated for an extended period of time or in a relationship who hasn't threatened to walk away or do something to really see if I'll walk away. Never. It's never happened, guys. Every girl that I've dated for a significant amount of time has tested the steel to see if you really about that life. Every one of them. It's going to be hard to see them double D's walk away, boy. Woo, woo. It's going to be hard to see them double D's walk away. And that pretty face walk away. You got to do it. You know what's so hard about it with the 9s and 10s? You know she can replace your ass just like that. You know. You know. You go out with this girl, when she walk in the room, all eyes on her. You done seen it. It's easy to walk away from a goddamn 7.5, 8. Bitch, when you gonna find another one of me at? With them 9s and 10s, you know guys like you grow on trees. You already know. You already know if this girl put up a Tinder or Hinge profile, she getting 10,000 messages the first day. You already know. So it's easy to walk away from an 8. A bitch, I'm a fucking lawyer. Good luck replacing me. Try that with a 10. She'll have a goddamn heart surgeon that same night. Try it with a 10. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Because what I told you guys, she wants a guy that has her same sexual market value. You have perception and you have reality. Now, if this girl, she sees it like, it's like say you at the job and she see all the girls or at school clamoring for you, then she's not gonna try that. She knows what it is. She knows. She knows what time it is. This is more gonna be for the women that don't really get to see that interaction with other women. She met you somewhere and she thought, she perceived you as having a high sexual market value. Those are gonna be the ones you get this from. You gotta be able to walk away, guys. 1 week, 2 weeks, she might not come back. You gotta hold firm. If you are a phony, if you really don't got it like that, if you are really a high value man with a high sexual market value, guys, what I am telling you is that won't bother you. If a 9 or a 10 walks away from you and you know you have a true high sexual market value, you won't care. I'm going to tell you right now, if a 10 walk away from Chris Brown, he won't, you know what, I take that back. The way he was sitting around here crying by Kara Crucci, or whatever the fuck her name is, for goddamn 5 years, he a bad example. So I won't use him. But y'all guys get my point. That motherfucker, he was crying on songs. Y'all see that? Y'all see how Lil Durk running around here crying after this girl in there? It's pathetic. Around here still posting on Instagram by this little bitch. Ridiculous. But anyway, maybe they pussy whipped. I don't know what the fuck it is. But y'all guys get what I'm saying. Typically, if you're a dude that got it like that and one of these bitches leave, even if the connection is good, you just in so abundance, it just really don't bother you. Listen, I understand the connection might be great and y'all have hella compatibility, but when you really that dude, okay, let's speak frank on this for a second. When you really that dude, your life is so busy, you so much on your purpose, you don't really have time to worry about that. You might miss her from time to time, but you really ain't gonna lose no sleep over that shit. Cause typically speaking, guys, when you got a high sexual market value, your ego overrides everything. Typically, when you're a high value man, your ego is typically your confidence. You went past confidence to ego. So the shit that I saw with Chris Brown and the shit that I'm seeing now with Lil Durk, I really don't get that mentality, because the amount of ego it took for them to get to where they're at, I really can't grasp why they sit around here pining over some bitch. I really don't understand it, but whatever. But anyway, guys, I'm going to stop it right here. I'll finish them. I'll do part 2 next time. All right, I'll get back with you guys later.